ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كل بدعة ضلالة.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبع هداه أما بعد. No doubt it is established that the Prophet ﷺ, on an occasion when he was with his companions and they had buried or they were preparing for burial, the Prophet ﷺ, he turned to his companions and he gave them an admonition. Since the occasion was one wherein the admonition was of benefit, and that is that which is related to reminding them about this reality. The reality, ayyuhal ikhwah, that we're here and present witnessing, and that is that our mother, our auntie, our elder sister, after passing away and after Allah Azza wa Jal gave her a full life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his servant and slave. He took his servant and slave after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed her to be upon Tawheed and to be upon the Sunnah and to have offsprings and family members upon Tawheed and upon the Sunnah. So that indeed is a great ni'mah and a great blessing from the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are able to bury our auntie and our mother knowing that she was a woman of Tawheed and a woman of the Sunnah and a woman of Khair. Those from among the revert community here will know that during the times of Eid, the A'yad, when they had no families that they could enjoy Eid with, her doors were open for them. They ate from her food that she would prepare, and their wives enjoyed her company. A woman, ayyuhal ikhwa, who raised educators, righteous people of Sunnah, du'at and callers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was from the fruits of our mother and our auntie. And thus each and every one of us that has a mother, and each and every one of us who are parents themselves, they without doubt should look upon our burial today, this burial, as an opportunity for reflection. That number one, we reflect upon the fact that our mothers, oftentimes brothers and sisters, require da'wah, require rectification, require calling to the Sunnah or calling to Islam even. And this time, brothers and sisters, this occasion, the day that we bury our mothers, it is a time that is coming quickly. And thus it is something that we should hasten to act upon. We never know when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may take them and what state they will be in. It is from the blessings of Allah upon this family that they have laid their mother in this grave, knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed them to have a mother upon Tawheed and the Sunnah, ni'mah. And so those of us who are present, we should without doubt reflect upon that, ikhwan, and know that we must hasten to concentrate upon our mothers, to call them to Allah Azza wa Jal, to call them to the Sunnah. That is from the rights that she has upon us, our mothers. Our mothers. The one who carried you for that period. While you were in the dunya, she carried you for 9 months, close to a year. And then she gave birth to you in difficulty. Thereon after, she nurtured you. She made sure that you were fed, that you were clean, when you couldn't even perceive anything. She would watch you as you slept with the eyes of love and happiness for her child. She would change your garments, change your clothes. She would ensure that you were disciplined, even though it would hurt her to do so. She made sure that you were taken care of, looked after and fed for many, many long years. She defended you even against your own father because of the love that she had for you. And even when you became of age and became an adult, she still looked at you and cared for you as though you were still that young child. Your mother. And so this reflection, ikhwan, is something that it is of major importance that we consider our mothers, that we concentrate upon them and recognize the great haqq and the great right that they have upon us. So as we bury our auntie and we supplicate for her, we likewise reflect upon the fact, ikhwan, that this is another opportunity for us to have some personal reflection upon this moment, our being laid in the grave. This time, brothers and sisters, that Allah Azza wa Jal throughout the Quran has informed us of and reminded us of over and over again, and many of us are heedless. Ya ayyuhal insan innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqih. O mankind, verily you are traveling back to your Lord. Allah Azza wa Jal used the term that refers to you traveling back to Allah with your actions and with your deeds. Innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqih. You are traveling, returning back to Allah, and you will meet Him. Time and time again, ikhwan, we stand and we make this statement and we remind. And it is something that we need to remember. We are traveling back to Allah and we shall meet Him. And we are going to go through difficulties along that way. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ فَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. That indeed we shall test you. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ, with fear and hunger and loss of wealth and fruit and our health. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. So but give glad tidings to the sabirin, to those who are patient. Those who, when asabathum musiba, when difficulties and calamities overcome them, and from the scholars of tafsir were those who held that it meant death. When those calamities overcome them, قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. They say, indeed, we belong to Allah and to Him we shall return. The statement that we make, ikhwan, is a statement that we say to the one who has lost a loved one. But it is a statement that we should think about. Inna lillah. We belong to Allah, ourselves, our bodies. We belong to Allah Azza wa Jal. We are the possession of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything to do with us, everything that we possess, Allah has allowed us to possess that. Think about that before you carry out any action with anything that you own. You belong to Allah, you and everything that you possess. And you shall return to Him. As one of the Salaf of this ummah, he mentioned, Ibn Adam, إنما أنت هالك وابن هالك وذو نسب من الهالكين عريض. Ibn Adam, indeed you are halik, you are to die, and you are the son of one who will die, and you have relatives, vast relatives among those who have passed away. Some of them we know, some of them we know not of. But you have vast relatives among them. That is the reality of Ibn Adam. We shall pass away. And thus preparing for this moment, brothers and sisters, is of the essence. The day that Allah Azza wa Jal decrees that Malak al-Maut shall come to us. What state will we be in? We do not know. And that the Malak shall remove the soul from us. And it shall be removed from our bodies. What state will we be in? We do not know. And then it will be taken and passed to those angels who are with him. That soul, when it is taken and it is passed, what type of soul will it be? We do not know. Will it be the soul that is passed and then those angels, they take it and they praise that soul? Who is this soul and what is this beautiful fragrance that comes from him? And every heaven that it traverses through, they mention him by the best of his names. Such and such, the son of such and such, noble, smelling fragrant. A soul that is inscribed in Illiyin. Which soul shall we be? Or are we going to be that soul that when the angel of death comes to that individual, it is torn from the body, ripped through the body, and as occurs in some narrations that it tries to flee within the body. It tries to flee from the angel of death within the body, and then it is taken and torn and ripped out of the body. And then no sooner does he do that except that he passes it to those angels, those malaika who are with him. Which soul will we be? That is something that we do not know, ikhwan. And when that is our reality, then how foolish we are to know that that is what is to come. That is something we do not know about. That is an outcome we're unaware of. And yet still we have ghafla and we're lax in preparing for that. Foolish. And so this reality, ikhwan, each and every time we have this opportunity, ikhwan, we remind, because we need to be reminded. We need to remember our days are short. If we were to ask our mother now, if she was able to speak to us and address us, if she was able to give us advice, her last advice, I am certain that her advice would revolve around us preparing, around us carrying out those things that we should carry out from the things that Allah has commanded us. I am sure she would remind us of the fact that life will pass away quickly. I'm sure she will remind us of the fact that she could remember when she was a young girl playing carefree, and then this day came upon her. I'm sure she would remind us of that and give us that good advice that we need. Ikhwan, it is a reality, and we hear it, we mention it, and we hear it time and time again. But it is something that we need to keep in our minds constantly. As Hassan al-Basri rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentioned, Ibn Adam, innama anta ayyam. Ibn Adam, you're nothing but days. Every day that passes, a part of you passes away. And so we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive our sister and our mother. That Allah Azza wa Jal make her grave a grave from the graves of Jannah. That He makes it expansive. And that He grants her forgiveness, showers her with His mercy, and makes her abode, her final abode, al-Firdaus. And we remember ourselves, ikhwan, and remind ourselves that this, ikhwan, is our reality, something we have to prepare for and be ready for. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى يوفقنا وإياكم لما يحبه ويرضاه وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. The Prophet ﷺ, ikhwan, he would mention that our brother, اسألوا أو استغفروا لأخيكم فإنه الآن يسأل. Make and seek forgiveness for your brother, for indeed he is now to be questioned. And that is what we similarly say for our sister, and that is the case. So do not forget your sister as you are leaving, to seek forgiveness for her and to make her questioning easy.
جزاكم الله خير.